So here we have the question 4n squared minus 49, and we have to factor it. Now, usually when I see a number bigger than 1 in the beginning, I check to see if there's a greatest common factor. Is there a greatest common factor where 4 and 49 are concerned? I don't think so. Now, if you wanted to check, if we break up 4, notice we get a 2 and a 2. And if we break up 49, notice we have a 7 and a 7. They have absolutely nothing in common. So there is no GCF. So we can skip that part. Okay, so now that we've skipped that part, where can we go next? So I'm seeing a binomial, and let's check to see if we have a difference of perfect squares. So let's take a look at 4n squared. Is 4n squared a perfect square? Well, you can look at it in pieces. Is 4 a perfect square? Yes, it is, because 4 is a 2 by 2 square. Is n squared a perfect square? Yes, it is, because n squared is an n by n square. So this is a perfect square. Okay, how about 49? Is 49 a perfect square? Well, yes, it is, because 7 times 7 is 49. And is this a difference? Is this a difference of perfect squares? Yes, it is, because we have the minus sign. So this fits the description of being a difference of perfect squares. So now we're going to factor it. All right. So the easy way to factor it is we think of what times what is 4n squared. Well, what times itself is 4? 2 times 2, right? And what times itself is n squared? N and n. Now, what times itself is 49? 7 and 7. And then we have this minus. And remember, in the middle, there is a zero sum. Remember that? The zero sum. So if there's a zero sum, we need for these terms to cancel each other out. We need for the 7 and 7 to cancel out. So they have to be opposites. Okay, and that will create the 0 in the middle. Let me show you how that happens. So let's do a check on this one. So I'm going to do a check, which means I'm going to go backwards and I'm going to multiply. So here I have 2n plus 7, and then here I have 2n minus 7. 2n times 2n is 4n squared. 2n times 7 is 14n. 2n times negative 7 is negative 14n. And then negative 7 times 7 is negative 49. Now look at what happens to these terms in the middle. Okay, these are zero pairs. We have negative 14n's and positive 14n's, and they're just going to cancel each other out. And all we are left with is the 4n squared and the negative 49. So you see how that checks, okay? That's why we have a plus and a minus, because that gives us the negative 49 product, and it gives us a zero sum. And that's why the middle term is missing.